I think my love for forgotten linebackers started in Madden when I would only pick linebackers that had really cool visors when I'd play franchise mode growing up, and also for the fact that I love to have great depth in Madden, and I would always make sure that all my linebackers were stacked up with good, competent linebackers because I like to have a rotating defense when I played, so I could always keep fresh pass rushers coming into the game. So I'd always have a bunch of badass backup linebackers. I think linebackers are one of the most badass positions. It's actually what I wanted to play growing up when I wanted to play football before I realized I was too much of a skinny twink. The hard hits, the sacking the quarterback, and just the nitty gritty of a great linebacker. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for the support you guys have shown me. This last month has been crazy on YouTube. Keep supporting the Gabe Sayers Believer, and I'll keep making this content. So let's jump right into the forgotten NFL linebackers. First up for forgotten linebackers, we have Brandon Spikes, born September 3rd, 1987 in North Carolina. He is a former NFL linebacker who is known for that hard-hitting style and leadership. So Brandon Spikes played college football at the University of Florida, where he was actually a two-time BCS national champion and a consensus All-American in 2008 and 2009. His college career was under Urban Meyer, where he was able to showcase dominant games with that hard-hitting style and was actually really good in run defense, where he actually became one of the cornerstones of Florida's defense. Coming into the NFL, Brandon Spikes was selected in the second round of the 2010 draft by the New England Patriots, 62nd overall, and during his rookie year, he actually got to appear in 12 games, recording over 60 tackles, one pick, and showed flashes of a dominant middle linebacker. He really became known for that physicality and his ability to sniff out those run plays as a top-tier run stopper. He would play 4 seasons for the Patriots from 2010 to 2013, and Spikes would play in 51 games, recording a little over 285 tackles, 2 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles, and 2 picks. One particular standout performance he had was in 2012, where he recorded 92 tackles that year and forced 5 fumbles, helping Patriots reach the AFC Championship game. Real intense and aggressive play style. I mean, I loved watching Brandon Spikes play. Always such a hard hitter. I think what honestly led to his downfall in exiting the league was just a lack of pass coverage in a NFL that was modernizing and becoming more and more about the passing game. Spikes was just never great in pass coverage, and that traditional run-stopping linebacker was kind of getting phased out, unfortunately. 2014, he would end up signing a 1-year deal with the Buffalo Bills, and he played under head coach Doug Marrone. And, he did contribute to the team's good defense, recording a little over 50 tackles. But besides that, Spikes was more of just a, rotational linebacker coming in for certain downs. Brandon Spikes' career was, it was definitely a solid NFL career that I think it's overlooked and forgotten, especially on those dominance Patriots teams that were in those early 2010s. He did re-sign with the Patriots in 2015, but that return was actually cut short because he got suspended and had some legal troubles. He did attempt to make another return to the NFL in 2016, briefly signing with the Bills again, but he was unable to recapture that original glory that he had, let's just say, and officially retired from the league. Like I said, a little bit of controversy. In 2015, he was involved in a hit-and-run investigation in Massachusetts, which actually is what led to his release from the Patriots. And this incident, combined with injuries, kind of contributed to the decline of his NFL career. Being a particularly more run-stopping linebacker, you need to be in peak physical condition, and as injuries start adding up, they unfortunately will take a toll on you. He was able to notch over 349 career tackles, 2 total sacks, and 6 forced fumbles. And, Brandon Spikes, to me, is one of those great hard-hitting linebackers with a badass name. Next on our list is Jake Ryan, born February 27th, 1992 in Ohio. Jake Ryan is a former NFL linebacker, best known for his time with the Green Bay Packers, and played at the University of Michigan, where he earned recognition as a extremely versatile linebacker with a really high motor. Known for that diverse ability to both defend the run and the pass, Ryan was a huge leader on Michigan's defense and was actually one of the more productive linebackers during his tenure. He joined Michigan in 2010 and became a really strong piece of that Wolverine defense during his sophomore season, playing more of that outside linebacker role. He earned second-team All-Big Ten honors in 2012, and that was after a great season recording 88 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, and 4.5 sacks. And that was despite he would end up tearing his ACL in the 2013 season. Ryan returned later that year, and he became the middle linebacker of that defense now. And he was able to earn a First team all Big Ten selection with over 100 tackles, 14 for a loss, and 2 sacks. Jake Ryan then moved over to the NFL, where he was selected in the 4th round of the 2015 draft, 129th overall, by the Green Bay Packers, and established himself as a really solid contributor, actually appearing in 14 games as a rookie and even starting 5 of those. Recording 50 tackles, he was definitely seen as a reliable tackle and a great player for special teams. So Ryan became a full-time starter in 2016, and he actually formed a duo with linebacker Blake Martinez, who I'd argue is a little less forgotten. And Ryan was able to grab 82 tackles that year with 6 tackles for a loss and even 4 passes defended. He helped the Packers reach the NFC Championship, and over the next 2 seasons, he contributed and was a really key part of that Packers defense, excelling in that run defense, kind of leaving behind some of that pass defending skill that he had in college. His best statistical season came in 2017, where he had a little over 80 tackles, 1 sack, and 3 tackles for a loss. Now, unfortunately, semi-similar to the career of Brandon Spikes, Ryan's career got derailed by injuries. In 2018, he tore his ACL during training camp, causing him to miss the entire season, and then left with the Packers. And he did sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2019, but he only was able to appear in 2 games due to ongoing knee issues. And then he had some short stints with the Ravens, the Saints, but those injuries changed him. Unfortunately, he kind of lost that edge that he had, and unfortunately, he was no longer able to stick in the NFL. Jake Ryan was definitely a high IQ football player, definitely known for his leadership abilities, especially in college. And he was nicknamed Captain America at Michigan due to his quote-unquote blue-collar work ethic. That sounds white. I don't really get it. But now also his NFL career was cut short due to injuries. Ryan was definitely seen as a tough competitor that was committed to the game of the NFL. Now, some career stats: he did have a little over 200 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, and 4 passes defended. And now, of course, Jake Ryan's NFL career was shorter than most expected, probably shorter than he expected, but grit, intelligence, and just a steady presence on defense. He certainly was a reliable player when healthy, and was just somebody that you wanted to have in your locker room. That's a white eye motor joke. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, last and certainly not least, we have Junior Galette, one of my personal favorite linebackers. And Junior Galette was born March 27th, 1988 in Haiti, and he's a former NFL linebacker and defensive end, known for huge pass rushing abilities and let's just say, turbulent career. Galette immigrated to the United States as a child and was eventually playing football at Temple University before transferring to Stillman College, a D2 program where he actually impressed scouts a ton with his athleticism and a real high amount of production. Now, he did go undrafted in the 2010 draft, but Galette actually carved out a reputation as a relentless edge rusher during his time in the league, especially with the New Orleans Saints. Now, as we said, he was undrafted, but he would join the New Orleans Saints as an undrafted free agent in 2010 and spent much of his rookie year in more of a reserve role. But he did actually start making a name for himself in situational pass rusher roles in 2011 and was really starting to grow himself and grow his career by the time of 2012 and 2013. But 2013, though, Galette did actually earn a starting role on the Saints defense, where he broke out as a really strong pass rusher. In 2013, Galette recorded 12 sacks, 40 tackles, and a forced fumble, showcased huge speed and power off the outside. He followed it up with a really impressive 2014 season as well, grabbing 10 sacks, 45 fumbles, and 3 forced fumbles, and I meant 45 tackles. Sorry, I'm a bot. It's 3:42 in the morning. Cut me some slack. Back-to-back double-digit sack seasons is crazy in the NFL. It made him a huge part of the Saints defense. You would think more people would remember Junior Galette for back-to-back double-digit sack seasons, but you will find out why he is, let's just say, forgotten. 2014, the Saints gave Galette a fucking fat contract, 4 years, $41 million, and unfortunately, the rest of his time in New Orleans would be overshadowed by off-the-field controversy, including accusations of domestic violence, but those charges were later dropped, and a viral video allegedly showing him in a beach altercation. These issues, combined with locker room issues, led to his release in July 2015 despite his on-the-field success. He did end up then going to my favorite team, the Washington Redskins, in 2015, hoping to revitalize his career. Unfortunately, that was not to be had, as he tears his Achilles in 2015 and then again in 2016, causing him to miss 2 full seasons. Now, finally, and I mean finally, Galette returns to the field in 2017 and actually played all 16 games for Washington as a rotational pass rusher. And he didn't have double-digit sacks like he did in New Orleans, but he did get 3 sacks, 20 total tackles, proving that he could still go and bring some value to NFL defenses. But unfortunately, just like his time in the Saints, his time in Washington would end in 2017 as he, let's just say, struggled to stay non-controversial, let's just say. Junior Galette's career was defined by that mix of like immense potential, but the off-the-field turbulence that kind of messes up that potential. His pass rushing ability was undeniable, frankly, but with controversies like a beach fight video and allegations of domestic violence and some critical social media posts at his former teams, his contributions on the field were definitely overshadowed, and I think that is what makes him so forgotten nowadays. In his post-NFL year, Galette has been very vocal about what he perceives as unfair treatment by the league, even alleging some discrimination in free agent opportunities. Despite his frustrations, Galette has remained active in advocating for Haitian causes and uses his platform to draw attention to issues of inequality, which I do think is a noble cause. I know personally, as a Redskins fan, I had huge hopes for Galette coming in, and they never really panned out too well, but bro, we tore two of his Achilles. Like, what the hell? I can't expect. The fact that he still got sacks after tearing his Achilles 2 years in a row. Listen, all credit to him, bro. I have a cold or a flu, or I get a little bit of sickness, dude. I need to be coddled like a baby. So more power to him. Ladies and gentlemen, that does wrap up our video of forgotten NFL linebackers. Make sure you drop a like, drop a sub, comment what position group you want to see next, if we want to see more quarterbacks, whatever you want to do. I have actually a really fun video coming out soon. I'm going to be talking about forgotten NFL snow games coming up, just to kind of celebrate this Christmas season, because, I don't know, Christmas makes me think of NFL snow games, and that makes me happy, so I just want to keep making myself happy. But speaking of being happy, you guys make me happy. Thank you guys so much again for your support. You guys are making this so much fun and so worth it for me, so make sure you smoke crack, eat drywall, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.